Today we're looking at some used cars and we're going to talk about maintenance costs, how much it costs to run them and repair them for general maintenance, and what you'd be expecting to look at to pay for that sort of cost, and different types of cars, how they'll affect how your running costs are going to be charged. So if you're looking at something like this BMW 3 Series diesel, the main accounts which you've got to look at with something like this is that inevitable costs are going to appear, like your clutch and flywheel. Because it's a diesel and it's got a dual mass flywheel, you're talking about going way above £1,000 to have that replaced. So that's something you got to keep your eye on. Another thing with this is the diesel particulate filter is not going to be cheap. Again, that's another inevitable repair that's going to have to be done at some point. Your other stuff, obviously brakes and servicing, is going to be pretty much the same as any other car. The service on this slightly higher than average, but not too bad. There are some online sites you can go onto to get prices for that sort of stuff like that. If you have a look here, if you look here, look at it, over £1,000 for the clutch on that, and that's not dealer price. That's just a standard garage price. And then again, we can have a look at the DPF on that car. There you can see the DPF replacement is coming up at over £1,000 as well on that car. Now if you're looking at something like this, Ford Focus, this is a petrol model. Because it's petrol, everything is immediately going to be half price or less than on the repair. So your cam belt on this car is, you're talking about £300, and then it doesn't have a DPF, so you're not going to have that problem on the DPF side of the issues. If you're driving around town especially, you know, a petrol car is going to be a lot more cheaper for you to use. People think a diesel is a lot cheaper. It's cheaper in the long run, but not if you're driving around town and you're getting a block DPF every year or so, and that's costing, you know, a whole bag of money to get replaced. Here we've got something like this, Suzuki Swift, small, cheap, simple. Always have to remember, the smaller, the cheaper the car is, the cheaper it's going to be to run, the cheaper it's going to be for you to keep it, the cheaper the parts are. Another thing you can do is go online before you're looking at a car and give you a rough idea. You can go on and have a look at a part supplier website. You know, find out how much a clutch kit is for that car. Find out how much general stuff is that you're going to be looking at. So if you're looking at a cam belt kit, see how much one is for that car, how much the brakes are for that car, how much the service kit is for that car. It's going to give you a good idea what you're looking at to going to be spent in the future. People think, oh well, I might not have to spend that. If you're going to keep a car for any sort of time, all of these things are going to need to be done at some point. Moving up from the 3 Series, you've got a 5 Series here. Again, you're going bigger, so your engine's going to be bigger. You're going to use more oil. Instead of, you know, 5 or 6 litres, you're going to have about maybe double that. And then your brakes, your brake discs are going to be twice as expensive. Your brakes are going to be twice as expensive. The whole general maintenance and running wise of the car is going to be more, especially if you're getting a 4-wheel drive version. Again, it's going to put your prices right up. The difference between a 4-wheel drive system, clutch repair and maintenance, is a lot steeper than you would on a standard rear-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive car. We've come back in the van here from a typical British weather outside, nice and rainy. So here's another point I want to mention is more than 6 times this month we've been to customers' cars. They're asking us, oh, my clutch system is not, you know, I need a new clutch. Why is it so expensive? Why is it so expensive to get a clutch repaired? You're driving in what's very popular at the minute, SUVs, crossovers. You're buying a 4-wheel drive system. Customers, this woman last week didn't even have a clue that it was 4-wheel drive. Oh, I didn't even realise it was 4-wheel drive. So because it's 4-wheel drive, the Vauxhall, whatever it was called, I get confused with the Antara and the Mokka, the 4-wheel drive version, we couldn't do the clutch system on it. Because it's quite a new car, the clutch is very difficult. We're mobile mechanics. We couldn't do it. We passed it on to someone else. She came back to us and said it's cost her way up. I think it was way above £1,500 for the clutch, and she was complaining about it, saying her last car only cost her £400 for the clutch. That's one thing you've got to keep your eyes out for. If you're buying a car, make sure if you don't need a four-wheel drive system, don't get it. Your tax is going to be double, if not triple, road tax prices. Your fuel is going to be halved, your fuel consumption, and then your maintenance is going to be twice as high to for costs. Another one is we haven't got any here at the minute to show you, but we've been to a customer a few weeks back and he had a Toyota Land Cruiser Colorado. He's having some problems with the gearbox and that. It wouldn't come out of gears. What's happened there is he's got this obviously four-wheel drive system with the manual stick that you move back and forward. His wife has taken it out, and then she's moved the four-wheel drive stick into four-wheel drive, and then carried on driving it. The gearbox is overheated, and then it's caused it's damage inside, and it's jammed up the gears. And he was looking at, I don't even know the cost on that, but it's he's looking at 2 or 3 grand replacement on that. But that's part of something about buying cars. You've got to know what you're buying, how it works, and if your wife's going to drive it, you need to make sure that she knows how it works. If it's a four-wheel drive system, it's so common how many people we go to that don't realise how a four-wheel drive system works, and they don't realise that you can't drive the vehicle in four-wheel drive while it's on the road. While it's on the road, your gears and your transfer system is all going to overheat, and it's going to cause a lot of damage. Something that's common right now at the minute is the stop-start system as well. We've been to a customer and called on the phone for a price of a replacement battery from a well-known shop called Euros, and they said, is it a stop-start system or is it a standard car? If it's a stop-start, they're looking at, well, if it's not a stop-start, they said, the battery's about £70. If it was a stop-start, £420 for the battery. So that's a big difference in price. You've got to take that into account when you're buying the battery. These stop-start cars are fitted with expensive batteries compared to normal, but I mean they're not usually that price. You can if you shop around, you can pick them up a little bit less than that, but just goes to show the price difference. They're asking £70 for one battery, £400 for another. That's a big increase in price. So I hope that helps anyway. All the information that I can give today on this video, so we'll be putting some more videos on once we find out other issues that most common people want to know. We'll be putting some more videos on, and we're going to do some used inspections on these cars today here for some customers that are buying some, so we'll make some videos of those as well and put those on.